Okay. Stream looks good, I think. Okay, stream. Hopefully we won't have any weird stuttering like we did yesterday because I was trying to stream in too high a quality. Which just happens, you know. But yeah, so what are we doing today in the Forgotten City? We're going to talk to more of the people in this village or whatever you call it. I don't even know what to call this place yet. This Roman out of time place. If somebody has said a name of the place that we're in, I don't think I've caught it. But yeah, we're going to talk to more of the people here to figure out what they're about exactly, since we know there's only 22 of them and 3 of them are missing. I think that's right. I think we met almost half of them yesterday, or at least a third. And sorry, I forgot this game's load times are pretty long initially, so I guess you guys can get to see that. But yeah, we're streaming in 720p and medium quality for this game, which doesn't look, you know, amazing, but it doesn't really matter too much. We'll just wait for the textures to pop in here, like they did last time. There we go. That looks like a rock, rather than a bunch of polygons. Sweet. I like the bird noises. I didn't catch that before. Even the music is kind of Egyptian, right? I know we were talking about Stargate yesterday. And I know this is obviously supposed to be a Roman city. But at least the music going on right now sounds kind of... Oh. Well, we fell through the world. Good thing we found that out. Continue from last save, please. I guess we'll try not to do that. Man. I'm so used to like exploring every nook and cranny in games like this. Okay, I was worried the load time was going to be just as long, but I think it's only that initial load time that takes quite a bit. So what are we doing next? I guess we'll have to decide that. I did just want to walk around the place, so I don't think we explored the temple much yesterday. Yeah, it doesn't look like this is supposed to be traversable, does it? It sort of is. Kind of jumped from the side here. Oh yeah, we talked to her. Yeah, we did all this. Never mind. We just run into the door to open it. It's very funny to me. But it works. So we just gotta...
Whatever are you wearing?
I don't even know what I'm wearing. Now I'm really self-conscious. I have no idea. Sentia. Is that... Her name's Sentia, right? It's one of the Scent family. Weird. Can we walk out on this archway? I guess it doesn't really get you anything. There's probably not a lot of like traversal tricks or anything fancy that you can do with the movement in this game, unless you're like trying to speedrun it. Look at your inventory at any time. Can't pick up that scroll. I like this like marble bench thing. That's cool. I'm guessing the city's kind of on like a day-night cycle too. I don't know.
Don't mind me. I just live here.
I don't know how we're going to track the progression of time, though. That hasn't really been explained. So Paratius. So tell Sentius about Galerius. Tell Sentius you suspect Sentia. You suspect Timidius. So yeah, it seems like at any time, as long as we know enough about the person that we're talking to. What's his name? Sentius? Yeah, Sentius. That we can tell him, oh, it's this person, this is who you should go after. And then he will probably act accordingly based on our evidence. If maybe we have to present a strong enough case, too. He watches through their eyes. No idea who that is. Oh, who's this guy? Doing push-ups.
What were you two talking about?
Sorry, what?
Don't play dumb. I saw you. Having a shady little chat with old man
Oh, you know,
Sentius up
just
on his
investigating
balcony.
everyone.
If he's making a last-ditch effort to pick up votes by talking to a woman, He's even more senile than I thought. Everyone knows women can't vote.
Oof. We weren't talking about the election.
What else would you be murmuring about on election
Talking about
day?
the golden
Mark
rule.
my words, Malleolus is going to be magistrate by the end of the day. And if I tell him you sided with that feeble old has-been, that you've been trying to undermine his hard-won victory, you'll have picked the wrong patron. Got it?
I wasn't thinking of interfering, but now I am.
Oh, you just made a big mistake. Malleolus is going to hear all about this, and he'll make you suffer the tortures of Tartarus while you're still alive.
So is this guy Domitius, probably? Tell Malleolus he's going down.
Stircum Adite.
I have no idea what that means. I guess he's going back to push-ups, though. It was kind of a weird animation transition, but... Again, this game was done by 3 people in 4 years.
Hey, you're not thinking about going into the cistern, are you?
I guess not. I wasn't, but now I am.
Contrary little cap at murder, aren't you?
Why shouldn't I go down there?
Nobody's told you about Hannibal. Ugh,
I have no
why
idea.
do I have to do everything round here?
There's a Hannibal here?
So, there was this guy called Hannibal, right? Funny accent. Used to go down into the cistern.
Funny that we can see his eyes now.
Clean up and sell. One day, a few weeks back, he comes out and tells me the cisterns are haunted. Said he could hear spirits wailing. Of course, nobody believed him, because who trusts a Carthaginian, right? Anyway,
True.
a few days later, he goes back in. And hours go by, and he hasn't come back out, yeah? So I go down after him, and it's dark. But in the distance, I can just make out his body, sprawled out on the ground. And hunched over him was something that made my blood run cold. No word of a lie. I saw a creature. Like the corpse of a man who'd been
A monster.
flayed. And it was eating Hannibal.
Creepy. Is that like a Hannibal Lecter reference? Lecter reference? Wouldn't that have broken the golden rule?
If it was a man, maybe. But I swear on my life, this was
Oh,
no man.
so it wasn't a citizen?
More like a Strix. Or some Versipalus that feeds on human flesh.
What's a Versipalus?
I didn't stick around to see which.
What did you do?
Well, any sane person would have done. I legged it out.
Sounds like he's probably
Got a
lying,
sign
right?
at the door to warn the others.
Yeah, it sounds like he's
Without a
lying.
weapon? Well,
But maybe he's not smart enough to lie to keep us out of there. I don't know. I feel like he's lying. Got another loading screen. That's probably not a good sign. Still got our trusty flashlight, right? Yeah. That I don't think ever runs out of batteries. Oh, never mind. Definitely evil things down here. Kill me. A peeled statue. What does that mean? Like a statue that's been stripped of the gold? Well, guess we're not going down there again until we have a weapon anyway. Maybe we can tell him about it.
Os in Coolio Mio.
Yeah. No, he doesn't have much to say otherwise. Probably not going to be very helpful anyway. I don't think he's the sinner, but I don't think we've met the sinner yet. But maybe we have. Equitia. So this is where Equitia lives. I suppose. We don't have a map, right? Yeah. Don't really need one. Such a pretty game. They've created with some seemingly like very simple assets. But it doesn't look generic like it might if this was a worse game. Here's another stove inside though, which is... I guess they have a roof here, but it seems like they need like a chimney, right? Maybe they didn't have chimneys back then. I'd have to look into that. But since the game brought it up, now I'm thinking about it more. I like this mural on the wall. Very cool. Sculpture of Minerva, the Roman goddess of strategy. So, Equitia is a strategic priestess. Priestess of Vespa, I think. Is that what she said? I do want to talk to Equitia more. It seems like she's going to be more of an important character. We've got this, like, it seems like a market area, right? Kinda. Yeah. Where are these? Oh, these are lanterns. I think. Yeah. Running on, like, soot and stuff. Circular loaf of bread designed to be pulled apart into wedges. It appears to be freely available to anyone who wants it. Let's take it. That's not stealing. Do we get more bread? How much bread can we take? A mill. Looks like flour and grain are poured in from above and ground between the stones as the handles are rotated. Ah. That's cool. Never seen an old Roman mill. I haven't, like, past a certain point in history that's, like, not that far ago, my knowledge of technology in particular and architecture just, like, goes mostly out the window. Like, I don't really have a lot of context for this stuff, so whenever I see, like, oh, the Romans had mills 2,000 years ago, I'm like, oh, really? I had no idea. Like, I knew they had bread, because, like, they reference bread in the Bible. Right? A Roman recipe for bread. Generous pinch of yeast, a pinch of salt, 2½ cups of warm water, and a pound of flour. Pour the water in a mixer bowl and dissolve the yeast. Add the flour to a separate bowl and gradually add the water and salt. Knead it until the dough isn't too sticky or floury. Cover the dough and leave it in a warm place near the oven for an hour so that it rises. Bake until the crust is golden and allow to cool. That's basically how you make real bread. I mean, obviously this is a recipe for real bread, but I mean in real life. I just made bread a couple weeks ago, and it was almost exactly that process. Except it was no-knead bread, so you don't even have to knead it, you just kind of toss it around a bit. So it was even simpler, honestly.
How'd you do?
Opius the thief stole my purse, and whoever wrote this did not get to finish. So it's kind of like that scene in Monty Python's Holy Grail where they're in the cave of the...
How'd you do?
I don't remember what the beast is called. But the dude who got eaten by the beast is like the cave of... Oh, it's like the cave of Ah! And he like trails off, but it's actually called Ah. But he got eaten too. It's funny. Who's this guy?
Salve, stranger, and welcome to
Salve.
our idyllic little slice of the Empire.
That must mean
Decius.
hello. Decius. I don't remember what we read about Decius. What's your story?
I mean, how did I end up here? That is a lengthy tale. Alright. Well, you see, I'm in the business of procuring rare and precious objects liberated from the enemies of Rome. Mostly sculptures, vases, the occasional slave, fetch a magnificent price in Roman high society.
Well, this is not a
Have
good
myself
guy.
A nice little shop in Rome, just off the Forum. Lots of foot traffic and close to the docks. Good place to be when the fires broke out. See, about 7 months ago, half of Rome caught on fire. Everyone who couldn't get to an outer gate was running for the river, open to escape by barge. So I gathered my coins and some priceless vases into a cart and had my most loyal slave girl, pretty young thing named Acantha, push it for me. All the way down to the river, I'm elbowing for a stampede of people, turning back now and then to make sure she hasn't legged it.
So does everyone have a story about how they fell into the river
Surprise,
and
we make it, and I see this barge loading up, and it's so full
drifted
it's almost
here?
sinking. But the captain's happy to take my coin, so I start boarding, and then he puts his hand on my chest and he says, "No, too heavy. The cart or the girl." So I did what anyone would have done.
He left the girl. You chose the cart, didn't you?
Of course I chose
Yeah.
the cart. I mean, I can always buy a new slave girl if I still have my money. So I put my hand
Jesus.
in the cart, and I guess she realised what was happening because those pretty black eyes of hers got
Oh,
all
did she
wide.
push him in?
And in one swift motion, she topples the whole bloody thing into the
Nice.
Tiber.
I think I see where this is going.
I dived in after it, hoping
my
to
God.
salvage my fortune.
And he's an
Only,
idiot, too.
I guess I must have hit my head or something because everything went black. When I came to, I'd washed up on the riverbank not far from here with nothing in the world but a single silver
Nothing in the
coin.
world. He's got definitely not a Latin accent, right? Although I guess nobody knows what Latin actually sounded like. Sounds like you got what you
I
deserved.
couldn't agree more. I mean, sure, I'd lost a few thousand denarii, but I've already made it back, and this place is a veritable treasure trove. Look
That's
around
true.
you. There must be more gold in here than in the treasury of Rome. If I can just figure out how to get it out of here.
Does no one refer to this place by name?
I'm afraid not. If you're desperate, I did hear that Aurelia down at the tavern claims to know of a
Right,
way
yeah,
out.
we
but
do have to talk to her
I'm
more.
not sure I trust her. Some people here are a little shady for my liking.
I don't know if I trust her either completely. I don't know if I trust anyone completely so far. I hadn't noticed.
Oh yeah, gotta watch out. Old
Decius
Theseus
is definitely
really
not
bad,
trustworthy. What do you think about the golden rule?
Terrible for inflation is what it is. There's so much
He
gold
can't
that's
steal
lying
anything,
around,
so.
it's practically worthless. At least down here. Of course, I have an idea for generating real wealth, but what I need is a bow.
A
Just
bow?
a simple composite bow. I've scoured this
For
city
what?
from top to bottom with no luck. But if you happen to find one, bring it to me and we'll talk.
But I want a bow. Straight as an arrow. Hasn't the magistrate banned weapons?
Well, technically yes, but that just means you'll need to be.
I guess it's not against the golden rule if you just have a weapon. I'll see what I can do.
Thank you, friend.
I guess. I don't know if I'm gonna give it to him.
Malleolus. I mean, Sentius couldn't even keep his daughter safe. What hope does he have of protecting us?
I'd like you to vote for Sentius.
Not. Very well.
Yeah, I can't really persuade him at the moment anyway. That's interesting. So yeah, what did our register say about him? He's just a merchant? Okay. Good to know. What was that? That was weird. Yeah, her head moved. Weird. Do they turn to look at me? Okay, yeah, she definitely does. I was wondering if more of them did that. But I hadn't actually seen any of them move yet. What's up, Decius? Oh yeah, when you turn away, they look at you. Okay. I was wondering if that was what was happening. It's just that I think it's kind of... I don't think you're supposed to be able to catch when their heads turn. That's probably like a bug. But I think the point is when you look away, they're supposed to be looking at you. So that's cool. I hadn't even heard them turning before. The chest is locked. Once he's escaped. Oh, so he's planning to escape. We didn't know that about him before. A villa on the Aventine, a 2-horse chariot, a seat on the Senate, a 4-horse chariot, a villa on the Bay of Naples, a 10-horse chariot, and 12 slave girls. Jesus. Not super ambitious, is he? Yeah, not a good guy. Yeah, these statues are just creepy, man. This music reminds me of the music that plays in Dark Souls when you finally find Guinevere. It's got some of the same tones and chords, I think. Did not do it. Dooley. Is Dooley the guy in prison?
Salve.
Let's check our list again. We'll remember eventually who everyone is. Dulius is in the warehouse. Yep, imprisoned. Oh, it's Galerius. The bald one.
It's you again. Hope you're settling in, friend. Now, what's on your mind?
What do you think about the election?
I can't see how I could vote for either candidate. I don't like.
Is he the only one that
Sentius
like
much,
walks
but
around a lot?
Malleolus is almost as bad. Even I could do a better job. Me, a farmer, and I've never given a speech or put on a toga in my life.
So like in old like medieval paintings and stuff, you always see everyone wearing togas, where togas only worn by like officials or important people. I'm not sure. Ever thought about running for magistrate yourself?
I bounced the idea around once or twice.
Yeah, we
mainly
saw.
as a way of getting Dooley set free.
Oh.
God knows Sentius is never going to do it. But from what I hear, Malleolus has the election stitched up. Nobody's going to take him on and win. And maybe that's not such a bad thing. I mean, he talks a lot about freedom, so I'm hoping if he's elected, he'll release
I
Dooley
don't
from
think
his
that's
cell.
going to happen.
That's good enough for me.
I don't think so. Why is he in a cell?
Because Sentius put him there. Poor Dooley was just wandering around looking for some imaginary treasure. That's nonsense,
they didn't want
of
him to
course.
steal anything.
Dooley's the most harmless man you'll ever meet.
For the golden rule.
Gladly.
I'll be going.
All right. See.
Yeah, so it sounds like Sentius was just being cautious, and maybe not even overly cautious, because, like, what if he accidentally stole something? Does that count as stealing? I guess we don't know. I accidentally... Well, I didn't accidentally steal anything. The game told me I was stealing. Oh, we got, like, a...
Hello?
automatic dialogue here. He's an older guy, too. What's your story?
My name's Dooley. I live here now because I got in trouble and I don't know. I don't...
Just looking for treasure. Somebody think you were going to steal?
Yes. They said I did it. More than once.
He called me a liar, Billy.
But I can't...
Yeah. Oh, a liability.
Yes. They said I have to live here now.
Letter from Sentius to Dooley. Antisocial behavior. His guardian was Hannibal? So Hannibal actually is dead. Treasure you seek does not exist. You experience further lapses in memory. I mean, it sounds like this guy just has some learning disabilities, you know?
What
It's not
does it
really.
say?
Nice. It says they caught you trespassing several times and they locked you up to stop you breaking the golden rule. Oh, can you not read?
My treasure.
What
My
treasure?
friend Hannibal used to look after me. He said, if anything, he gave me this key and made me promise to. All I remember is he said something about the system. Now nobody looks.
Yeah, we need a
after
weapon
me,
to go down there.
except my friend Galerius
And
and
the priestess, yeah. If you give me the key, I can try to find out what it unlocks.
Hannibal said Galerius already tried that.
I mean, I wonder if Sentius would just listen to us. But maybe he's not a great guy either.
What about the rules?
I don't know
I
if
don't
breaking
want
someone out of
everyone to
prison
get
would
in
be
trouble
against the
because I
golden
was
rule.
bad. Like Galerius,
Oh,
he's nice. I like Galerius. If you help make him magistrate,
okay.
Hannibal said it was in the
So maybe
system.
Galerius is the only one that has a reasonable
can't
chance of getting
remember
elected
what it was.
over
Just that
Malleolus.
It was way up high and very precious.
I'll see what I can do. Water under the bridge. Figure out how to get into the upper cistern.
You're going to let me out of here?
What do you think about the golden
Oh.
rule? He probably doesn't know what a lot of this stuff is.
My friend Hannibal used to look up. He said he gave me. All I remember is he said something about the cisterns.
Where's the high up
But
cistern, I wonder?
now nobody looks up.
Fortune smile
Bye-bye.
on you, sister.
Quiddy is here.
Ave again. And did you notice anything? Oh, keep asking
What?
people
I
how
noticed
they
a
wound
pattern.
up here.
I guess
don't
my
want us
character
to
hasn't
rush to
yet.
any Livia's fate weighs heavily on my mind.
They all drifted down the
And
river.
dictate It must be completed by dusk. It'll be between Sentius. Why do you...
I'd like to nominate
I like
Galerius.
the idea, but I know Galerius well, and his position has always been that he won't run unless Malleolus with... It was only yesterday that he said to me he'd only ever run if it... So, I suppose if you'd like to see Galerius elected magistrate...
So we have to
you'd
get
need persuade
Malleolus to drop
Malleolus
somehow?
withdraw
That seems hard.
all of the male citizens who are willing and able... That's just the way... There are some women who can vote. Vestal priestesses
Oh, she
like
can vote.
myself. But in this case, given my
Who would
role
she vote for, I
overseeing the
wonder?
election, I've decided to abstain.
Oh, okay.
I can't allow the perception that I'm being anything but fair and independent. But if it's any consolation, there are other ways to influence the outcome of an election.
I suppose.
By using whatever gift
Nothing untoward.
I'm responsible for announcing it. You can, assuming...
We don't need to start the election now.
Certainly.
Who was that running by?
I'm quite sure it's the work of the gods, which is strange because they've never been particularly concerned with our misdeeds, as long as we've kept the peace of the gods. We ask for blessings, for good health, bountiful harvest, military victory, and in return, we offer praise, wine, incense, or animals. But here, it seems I find myself reminded of an especially pertinent tale from our great poet Ovid in his epic Metamorphoses.
Oh, so Metamorphoses came out before this? I mean, was published before this? Why not?
Wonderful. It goes like this. Baucis and Philemon were an old married couple living a humble life in a small town. One night, the town gets a visit from a couple of vagrants. They go from door to door, asking for a place to stay the night. Of course, being vagrants, they're turned away sharply from house after house, 1,000 in all, until finally they come to the little cottage where Baucis and Philemon live. Now the kind old couple had very little to offer, but never... They invite these strangers
regret
into
asking
their
for the
house
long version.
and offer them food. They begin gulping down the old couple's... And then she notices something strange. Hope says to her husband, Philemon, and the vagrants metamorphosize and reveal themselves. They confide they didn't mind the meager offerings. They were just
Looking for
passed our
hospitality.
test. But everyone else in this city failed. So we are going to destroy this place and everyone in it, except you. Who
Oh, so
will
they weren't
grant a
punished for
wish.
the sins
So
of...
old Baucis and Philemon
Oh,
escape
other
up
few,
into the
I guess.
mountains safely, and they meanwhile, Jupiter carries through. Some say the moral of that story is that we must all honor the sacred rituals of guest friendship, the reciprocal obligation. But I like to think it's that we should always show compassion for those less fortunate
Yeah.
than ourselves.
Simple. The gods might kill you at any moment for failing their test.
I'm pleased to hear it. I don't, I'm afraid.
Exiled here.
Come back to me.
Yeah, it sounds like everybody floated down the river one way or another.
Hello?
He wants to talk
Hello?
again. I guess it just like auto initiates the
Auto.
dialogue if we go next to him, which is kind of weird. But that's fine. Brass jar containing some sort of powder for makeup. Another cutscene.
You have to do something. A man arrived in the baths. A real nasty sort, with his face all covered up. And he's got a weapon.
Oh.
You have to do something, or he's going to break the
Armed
golden
man.
rule.
Who are you?
Fabia, but now's not the time. Are you going to help or not?
There was another new person?
None of us do. The magistrate made us throw them all into the
Oh, he's got the
chasm.
bow.
You'll just have...
Okay.
Thank you. I have to hide.
She's gonna go hide?
Hear what? What?
Statues again. Are we next to a statue? Guess we have to watch her run away.
The shrine is collapsing.
What? They killed Fabia. What the hell? I hope she didn't. Did she die in there? I think she might be dead. These props are very lightweight. They don't have a lot of mass to them.
Fabia, no!
Damn.
Oh God!
Who is this guy?
She's dead. Did anyone see that? The whole shrine just collapsed on.
I immediately suspect this guy.
Fabia, why did you have to go in there? Poor sweet girl.
What the hell?
I can't believe she is dead.
Somebody must have killed her,
Fabia, I
right?
mean. She walked into that empty shrine, and the next moment she is lying dead under a pile of rubble. The gods are cruel and unjust.
Or they faked it.
She was like a daughter to me. I'm sorry.
Weird. Maybe he had to make it look like an accident or something, or whoever killed her did. That's wild. Let's go confront this new person, though. Yeah, they just look at you. That's really cool. You know, and the animation doesn't happen when you can see it. So I'm sure it doesn't happen very often. Oh, his neck is like really scrunched up. Yeah, to look at me. That's funny. It's funny to like hear it happening, and like they must have had to go in every model and pick out where the swivel point on their necks are, which is probably not going to be naturalistic for all of them. So, I mean, this one's pretty good. The angle is good, but those other ones over there are not as natural. I'm never going to get tired of doing that, unfortunately. That's probably not going to be very good for the stream, but...
Stop right there. I'm looking for Tiberius Quinctius Crispus.
It is a new person.
Otherwise known as Quinctius.
There's no Quinctius
Do you know
here.
where he is? I'm not sure I believe that. I am here with orders from Emperor Nero
So we came
himself
from
to
Rome?
find and execute the cultist Quinctius for terrible... So, if you tell me the truth, I will allow you to live. But if you lie to me or otherwise... Is that understood?
Got it.
Thank. Now tell me. A small community. I was told Quinctius was a cultist, but I never thought he'd be foolish enough to lead me right to the heart of his mystery.
I wonder where Quinctius is.
Oh, don't play coy with me. I don't care if you're worshipping Bacchus, Magna Mater, or Christ. You lot are all the same. Always sneaking
kind of
off
are
to
a
your
mystery cult.
secret sanctuaries, indoctrinating each other. The Emperor may have tolerated your activities up until now, but after
can't
what
leave, though.
Quinctius did, those... You say that, but if you're not a cult, then why...
We're all trapped.
So you admit you...
Physically can't leave.
Threatening me is not... That sounds an... And I saw the inscription saying, the many shall suffer for the sins of the... You've clearly been Now tell me, where did you lot get an... You lot are practicing human... Of course you'd say that, but that's what your kind do, isn't it? Our God... It's all clear to me now. The secret sanctuary, the indoctrination, the mantra, What baffles me is how a person can believe in something. However, you still have a chance to redeem yourself by...
Take all the gold you want.
Gold? I don't. The only thing I care about is carrying... I have spent many exhausting months tracking this arsonist through cities and... At times, I was so bone-tired I could have sworn I'd approached the brink of death. So, you see, I know he's here. Turning back is not an option, and right now... So, for the last time, are you
I have no idea who or where he is.
Do you have any last
Oh shit,
words?
are we gonna die here?
Well, I'd say that's rather convenient, since I was...
He's gonna kill all of us?
The many shall suffer.
Well, that
for the
sucks.
sins of the one.
Yeah, dude, you fucked up. Can we get out this way? I'm just curious about exploring now, honestly. Oh, I guess we should leave. I don't know if we're gonna make it back. Cutscene, or loading screen again. It seems unlikely that we're gonna survive this long, but I guess we will try. The statues are alive. I also don't exactly know the way there. That seems pretty straightforward. Oh shit. Oh, there's a zip line. I missed it. I think we might die on the way. There we go. I wonder what happens if we die. Do we just load the save again? Oh, he's dead. Nothing. How did he die there? Did he get killed by one of the statues? That's weird. He wasn't dead there before, right? But maybe I took too long. We should try the photo mode, I guess. Bizarre. Achievement unlocked. Oh cool, it just like gives us a no clip. The range is pretty far too. Maybe we'll use this to look around more. There. That's cool. Well, we didn't die. Now we have to start over, though.
Salve, friend. Mind telling me who you are?
Let's go this way this time, since we're still kind of information gathering, but we have more of an idea of what we're trying to do now. And we know about that new guy that shows up. Might be good to have a weapon to fight him, too, though. So, how much money do we have, anyway? 612, so we keep our money and everything else that we picked up from before, so that's good to know. Doesn't seem like we lost anything, really, other than, like, the time spent talking to people. But we don't need to do all of that again, of course. That was crazy when Fabia just got killed there. I wasn't expecting her to just run into her death. I wonder how that new guy got in too, because he didn't come in the same way that we did. So I guess he came in from the outside world. There's a bird. Didn't even notice that before. I like him and the other Romans thinking about this place as a mystery cult, though. And they're all following these bizarre laws for no reason.
Salve,
Octavia.
I'm Octavia. Welcome to life under the Golden Rule. It's a ghastly thing, is it not?
Yeah, it kind of
How
sucks.
are you faring so far?
A bit on edge.
That's good, in a sense. If you're not on edge, you've not been paying attention. But on the bright side, once you've been here a few months, well, we've all been where you are. I used to lay awake at night contemplating the big questions. Why am I here? I still don't have any of the answers, I'm afraid. I don't think anybody does.
What's your story?
Here, in this place, the magistrate has me earning my keep by cleaning and pruning the gardens. It's not quite how I expected my life to go. I used to live in a lovely villa on the banks of the Tiber. I was even betrothed to a handsome young man from a prominent family. But long hours of menial labor for the good of the... Oh, much the same way as many of the others. When the fires came to Rome 7 months ago, my
I'll have to
family
read
and I
about
fled for the Tiber,
the fires in Rome,
hoping to
too, because
escape
I don't
my
know anything
barge.
about that, really.
We were among the fortunate ones with enough coins for passage, but unfortunately, there were a lot of desperate people. A scuffle broke out, and I was pushed overboard. The last thing I remember was the water. I woke up by the river. Oh, that's all right.
It's part of God's plan. Don't you mean the gods?
Oh, yes, of course. A slip of the tongue.
Wait a minute. Is she a Christian? Or is she from the outside world, like me?
If you like.
Or the future or something?
I'm afraid not. Although, I did once hear someone gossiping down at Aurelia's tavern about a possible way. I don't put a lot of stock in such rumors.
We really gotta
If
talk
that
to
doesn't work,
Aurelia, I
then
guess.
I suppose we're all stuck here and... I hope it... The many shall... I'd like to think that if we all love our neighbours as ourselves, and do to them as we'd have them do to us, then... But on the other hand, I was always taught the intent of man's heart is evil from his youth. And that all of us are born with a tendency towards sin. And that's where I get stuck. Is it true? Are
Like
we born
original
with a
sin? Seems that way.
If that's true, then sooner or later...
People are
things going to
usually
end
not
badly for all of us,
either
aren't they?
good or bad.
Unless, of course, there's some kind of...
There's gonna be some intervention, alright. Yeah,
Please,
she's a Christian.
Please keep that to yourself. I know you're not from around here. There was a terrible fire in Rome last year, and our emperor decided to make us his scapegoats. Oh, thank you. All right, well,
I don't
it was lovely
suspect
to
her
meet you.
either.
I look forward to getting to know you better over the coming months. And if
We
you
really
ever-
gotta find Malleolus too. Are you kidding me? Is he gonna kill himself?
No, 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 no.
Just
Orpheus,
while
what
we're
are you
standing
doing?
here?
Get back from there. If you lose your balance, you'll fall.
That's the idea.
What?
Why do you think I'm stuck for the rest of my life?
I know things are hard for you right now. Please, please just think this through. If you do,
I'm sorry, but I just...
please help him. If he goes through with it, it could be the end for us all. I don't know what to do. I've never had to deal with this sort of thing. Please, you need to talk to him.
Do you think a suicide would break the golden rule? It doesn't seem like it would.
I don't know, but it's a crime for slaves to take their own lives. And a debt bond...
I'll talk to him.
Thank you.
Go on then, go ahead.
I'm out. Wherever you are.
That was the wrong
Gentlemen,
choice.
my love. I'm sorry.
Okay.
Ulpius, no!
Well, see ya. Ask Ulpius how Centilla would feel about his suicide. No. So at least it gives you... It tells you, it like gives you a clue about how to solve that situation. If you fail it.
Well, I suppose it means suicide isn't a sin under the Golden Rule. So I guess that means whichever god is responsible for it. I'll have to let everyone know what happened. And I guess Malleolus will have to clean up the... And I'd best pray for poor...
Poor Ulpius. The statues told him to jump? That's creepy. Oh, there's like a pool down there. Maybe we're supposed to jump? Now I kind of want to, too. Yeah, okay. Maybe he's not dead. Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you. I am delighted and
That was a cool clue.
deeply honored to have been
The locked villa.
your magistrate. Yes, yes. Thank you. Thank you. Deeply honored.
So it sucks for Ulpius, but
And now,
I'm glad we let him do that
and
at least
now,
once.
I make this solemn promise to you, good citizens. And
Is this
now-
Malleolus?
And now I make this.
Must be.
Did you just leap into my villa from the
Yeah,
balcony 100
you know,
feet
as you
above?
do.
That was either extremely reckless. Well, why? have
And
you
here I
risked
was
life
talking
and
about,
limb
I
to see
didn't think
me?
that there were like weird physics things that you could do to get ahead in this game. What do you think about the Golden Rule?
You mean
Yeah,
a
it's Malleolus.
children's
Cool.
fable exploited by Sentius to scare us all into doing what? Wait, don't.
It's definitely real.
Nonsense. There's no way you can prove that.
I mean,
If
I
it was
could,
real,
but
and you'd
he
seen
would
someone
die.
break- What? Oh, I see what's happening here. Surely, you're not one of those people who believes everything you read, as if a lie could be transformed into the truth.
That's a good point.
I disagree. I'll be guided by what is best for the city's people.
Yeah, tough to convince
True,
people
but
of
that
something
is
they haven't
simply
seen.
because you are...
What's your story?
I'm Malleolus, and if it wasn't for this interruption, I'd be practicing my victory speech for the election later today.
What will you do if you win?
I'm glad you asked. I'll finally restore freedom to this city, just as I've been promising. These good people have suffered long enough under Sentius's tyranny. By declaring there's no such thing as the Golden Rule, it's a children's fable. I'm afraid not. We're stuck down here.
Everyone's stuck.
Of course not. But as I always say, look, if you're trying to find her,
She might be in the
you may wish
cisterns.
to check the cisterns beneath this villa.
Yeah, that was
Vitius
Domitius.
says he saw a body.
Okay.
Of course, just to be clear, I trust you can see yourself through the door this time. There's a key just beside it.
Oh, good to know. Maybe we'll find a way back in, so we don't have to jump every time. Oh, it's quite windy here, apparently. Sound
Still
trigger.
here?
Yeah, I'm here. I'm just gonna explore. There's really not that much to find from exploring, it seems, but occasionally we'll see like a note or something interesting. Can go back up that way. Yeah, I'm mostly interested in just finding everything there is to read. But it's cool to see all the Roman and Greek objects too. It's like a old coat rack. Note from Iulia? Or Julia? Curse you to the depths. By the time you read this, I'll already be dead, because death is preferable to another day in debt bondage to you. May vultures peck out your livers in Tartarus for all of eternity. Wonder how she killed herself. Oh. Please know that I held on as long as I could, but without you, my life is meaningless. I only hope we meet again in Eden. So I guess he was in love with Iulia. Good to know. Texture work on this is really cool. The inside doesn't look great. So I think this whole thing is supposed to be open, right? It's kind of hard to tell. It doesn't really have to be perfect, though. These carrots are purple, as they were before modern orange carrots were cultivated. Yeah, like a lot of modern vegetables were bred specifically for, you know, modern society, and originally were in much more ancient and less tasty and smaller forms. But it's not like we can really go back to that.
Thank you. Thank you.
He said the key is by the door. Oh, yeah. So, oh yeah, so if we take this, we'll just have it in our inventory, and then we can just always come back here through the door if we want. So that's cool. It is kind of like Metroidvania-esque, like I was saying yesterday. This carpet is cool. It's like a bunch of carpets laid on top of each other. Yeah. How do these people live with these statues everywhere? Is this one not gonna look at me? Huh. Ooh, we get to unlock this one too. Is this Yulia? Oh, it's Claudia.
Here.
Where do you keep your valuables?
Talk. My marital affairs are no...
Malleolus locked her in here?
I think a better question is, why am I have quite enough marriage trouble already, without having to explain.
Oh.
Preferably the way you came in, by which
That's
I
gonna be
mean,
pretty tough.
Please. I think it's about to be
She's right about that.
the dainty little thing from next door. Of course not, as much as I despise. Well, Demetrius.
Yeah, okay. I didn't really think she had anything to hide. But... Oh, he's got a lot of Denaries. You'd think that there would be guards and stuff here, but I guess he really only has Domitius. There's so few people here that it just feels a little empty sometimes. That's nice too, because, you know, they don't have to keep up the illusion that this place is populated as densely as something like Skyrim, right? Like, there's a plot reason for it, but also it's just like a good design choice, because it means they don't have to do so much writing and scripting of NPCs and worry about NPC pathing and stuff like that, which probably would have made the game take a lot longer, so... Really good idea for scope, too, I think. And it makes every character important, right? It gives everyone at least some kind of importance when we know there's only 22 people here, and any one of them might have the next clue for how we're supposed to progress or figure something out. Yeah, I like that a lot.
Oi! How did you get in there, you cheeky little stirkers? If I cop an earful from Malleolus, I'll be coming for you.
Fair enough. Did we go in here? This was Equitia's. So yeah, the statues seem to be helping us now, which is interesting. Trying to make that one look at me, but okay. So yeah, Equitia's here.
The great temple majestic.
Where else haven't we gone yet? Up here, I think. Kind of like a ancient soy sauce. I don't think we went in here yet. It's like a... Oh, it's the toilets. Communal... The only way out is whoever wrote this was interrupted, perhaps tragically. There's a lot of that going around. These holes must be designed for use with the sponge on a stick. Which I guess is how you did it back then. I'm glad they went to the trouble of including this room here, though. Theophilus had an orgy... Oh, it's that same graffiti from before. Always remember, they're watching. He looked at me. Small stick with a sponge attached. Unhygienic. This must be what the Romans used instead of toilet paper. It appears to be for communal use. Best to put this back immediately. So did they use, like, real sea sponges? Or how did they make sponges? I'm not clear on that. I'm kind of surprised, because obviously it's not like a real, like, modern-day sponge. I'm not clear on that. Sorry, I'll try not to jump too much, because it's probably more disorienting to watch. We didn't talk to this guy. Seems like a shop. Accusatory note, summary. Insinuating that Virgil is a sinner. I know who you are and what you want. Turn away from this path before we all suffer from your sins. So, here's a red herring, probably. There's another note. They may not see you yet, but I want you to know I see you. So I wonder who is accusing him. Roman fire shovel made of bronze. I think we looked at one somewhere else too. Sinner. Let's talk to Virgil. I don't think we talked to him before, right? It's funny it didn't say
A
stranger.
new face. Salve, and welcome to a little community. My name's impossible to pronounce.
Everyone's
for
got it
most
like a
people,
slightly
so
different
you can
accent
just
too.
Call me Virgil.
Why does someone think you're a sinner?
Look, I haven't done anything wrong, if that's what you're thinking. Somebody just has a problem with my
Oh, because he's gay.
preference for... Hey, nothing gets by you. Sorry, that was mean. And when you grow up in the north, as I did, in the city of Noviomagos, you expect a bit of hostility. The Batavi
I don't know, like 2,000 years ago, wasn't
I saw enough
like
friends killed or driven
male
away
on male love a
to
lot
know
more
the cost of not keeping your
like
personal
expected?
affairs to yourself.
I don't
So
actually
hid
know.
who I was for, what was it, nearly 10 years?
Just in the few
Watching
things that
what
I've
I
read.
said and where I looked. But that kind of fear eats away at you slowly, until living, needless to say, since I'm now living underground, halfway across the known, my openness didn't go down well among the enlightened folk of... In any case, the Romans are far more accepting, and among them, I
Oh,
get to be
okay,
who
so
I am.
yeah, his
Or
people
at
weren't.
least I thought that was the case. It's not just graffiti. The strange thing is, I've never really been interested in any of the men here.
So how would they
Not
know?
my type. So I'm not sure what I... If I had to guess, I'd say it.
Wait, aren't we all cultists here?
Strange bunch. They insist
Oh, the
there's
Christians.
only one God, and that he considers my name. If there are any of them here, they won't admit it. Not since they supposedly burnt down half of Rome last year and went into hiding.
Well, the Christians burned
All
down
I know
Rome.
is if these threats keep escalating, eventually my secret admirer is going to cross a line.
It's maybe
that
what's her
breaks it
name
all
that
the
we
whole.
met up on the tower.
What? Really? I'm glad you arrived when you did.
Or maybe there are
I'd
other
start
Christians
by
here.
figuring out who the cultists are. Someone who lives or works in the forum. But if you find them, please don't hurt or humiliate them. Come back and let me know.
Yeah, I would like to figure that out. Oh, I guess we just have to go ask the merchants in the forum for clues about Virgil's secret admirer.
Greetings
Okay.
and salutations.
So easy to get sidetracked on this game.
This part of my shop is off limits.
Kind of reminds
For
me
you, my
of
sartorial friend.
Ocarina or Majora's Mask too, in this the way this is set up. Everyone just has Denaris for the most part. These appear to have been extracted from plants and insects, which is, I guess, how you made dyes
a
back
fellow
then.
traveler from a faraway land.
You would be correct about that.
Greetings. I'm Georgie.
Georges.
It gladdens me to see another foreigner in our midst. And I must say, my sartorial friend, your leather boots in place of sandals, trousers with precise stitching, and such a
I'm like still
curious
wearing
design.
jeans.
I have traveled distant trade routes from the markets of Damascus.
Yeah, I
to
bet
the
it looked
farms
pretty
of
weird to
India,
him.
And never have I seen anyone dressed quite like you. Tell me, I must... Then you are an explorer, like me. Wonderful. We will have much time here to get to know one another. But for now, do you require assistance?
Any idea who's threatening Virgil?
This is troubling, is it not? I'm afraid I have no idea. But my young friend Fabia confided in me that she saw someone leaving graffiti on his shop front last night. Perhaps you should ask her about it.
Oh, this is the guy who came out and saw Fabia die. Okay. Well, we know that going over to ask her about it is a bad idea, because then she, like, dies right after, right? Or maybe that's a timed event? I don't know.
My story? How kind of you to ask. You mean to say, with all the turmoil and terror of the Golden Rule?
Yeah.
I'll tell you, it is precisely because of the Golden Rule that I say, the more of our customs we preserve down here, the more we can preserve a semblance of normality, the better our chances of keeping our heads.
Seems kind of frivolous, but okay.
Well, if that doesn't persuade, if we all end up as golden statues for future generations to marvel at.
Yeah, I suppose.
A good question. A very...
Yeah, it seems like some people can't remember how they got here. Exactly.
I remember I had just been to Rome to sell an extraordinary selection of wares, and drowning in coin, I decided to celebrate my success. I rented a prestigious villa by the Tiber, invited over a few select friends, and we began making our way through some of the most exquisite wine money could... Now, I have had visions and awoken in strange places before. I have even found myself naked in the desert sands more than once, but none of that compares to this. This time, I remember people screaming, then falling into a void as empty as time before creation, gasping for air.
Yeah.
When I regained my faculties, I was lying
Everyone
naked
ended
by
up on the banks of the Tiber.
Gods know how many miles. Indeed. I'm lucky I was carrying a little. In any case, it seems I'd been rescued.
Yeah, I'm guessing we'll have to tell Aquatia that everyone arrived here by floating down the river.
Firewood for his campfire, stumbled across a cave, and discovered that trapdoor temple.
Trapdoor temple.
Anything you like.
Do you know a way out?
I must ask you, have you not been told?
There was an attempt to leave?
Oh, then I... Aha! Of course, the first question any of us and scaling the chasm wall is out of the question. But as they say, if the wind fails, use the oars. And here the second option is to leave the... See, the shaft is quite high. But if one gathered up enough... I admire your enthusiasm. There was an attempt made. They even decided to keep records of their escape attempt for posterity. Unfortunately, as soon as they began to carry, they heard a godlike voice shake the entire city. And that, tragically, is where their tale ends. So
They got killed for trying to leave, I guess?
ah, yes. The many shall suffer for the sin. Have you not heard the tale of the god Hades? He was the first to learn this dreadful lesson. When Demeter, the mother of Persephone, learned of this, she did not panic. Instead, she changed the climate of Earth, so that it became hot and dry. Nothing grew. Innocent people died by the... So yes, we know this rule. If we are to survive, I say we must each keep the simple wisdom of Thales of Miletus, first of the 7 sages of Greece. Avoid doing what you would blame others for doing.
It's good advice.
Regrettably, for even if 99% of us adopt this principle, that sadly, no matter how well we protect ourselves, the life's work of many good people can be undone in the blink of an eye by a single
Isn't that the truth?
Ah, the voice of experience. But on a light. For all their grim and haunting poses, these golden statues do make magnificent models for my clothing. Do they not? That, my friend, is quite the dilemma. But after
He's
some
going for
reflection,
Malleolus too.
I do not enjoy
Seems like
the
people
thought of
just really
another
don't like
visit from
Sentius.
Domitius.
Which kind of makes sense. Since he's like a legionnaire. And pretty stingy.
Nothing comes to my... I hope that our paths...
So Domitius is like threatening people into voting for Malleolus, it sounds like. Which makes sense. Although, they're not supposed to be able to do violence. So I don't know what he would threaten him with. This door is locked. Huh, I didn't catch that before. Interesting. This is not the same place that we just went into, right? It's like a Michelangelo statue. But with a lyre. Lucretia. He looked at me. Statue of Apollo. Oh, okay. The Roman and Greek god of disease and healing, among other things. That's very locked. This temple is cool. Oh, who's this? Can't even talk to her.
What are you doing in here? Can't you see this woman is dying?
Oh,
She
that
needs
sucks.
the resin of a plant called Silphium.
Silphium.
But that Culas Cumbulates Decius won't give it to me.
Who's Decius again? Wish I could help. Did we?
It's too late.
Oh, she's dead. Pfft. What happened?
She was poisoned. She came in here frothing at the mouth.
Isn't that against the golden
Normally,
rule?
And I knew Decius had some at his market stall.
Oh,
right
it's that.
around the corner.
Oh, right.
So
He was
I ran
the
over there,
shady
but he just
merchant.
looks at me with this evil smile, and that'll be 1,000 denarii.
Oh my god.
There was no way. Then that toad shrugs and says, anywhere else, I'd just pay a thug to steal it from his stall. But
Kind of
there's
reminds
no
me
way
of
I
like
can do that
Pathologic,
down here with the golden
where you're
rule.
trying to save people
So
from
all I
dying.
could do is come back here and just watch her die. I
From
kept on apologizing.
the plague, obviously.
And now I'll never know who poisoned her, or how they managed to do it without breaking the
Yeah,
golden
how would you do
rule,
that?
or why she cursed that snake's cruel black eyes with her dying breath.
Who has black eyes? I don't think anyone we've met.
Well, unless you have the power to bring someone back from the dead, there's a get me that Silphium resin. I'm going to have another. I don't care how you get it. I
So we need
swear to
1,000
the gods
denarii
below,
for the
not even the
antidote?
golden rule will stop me from marching up.
Let's go talk to Decius, I guess.
Well, come back if you get sick or injured.
Oh, well, that's nice of her. Yeah, this really reminds me of Pathologic. Barbaric-looking medical implements, including forceps and shears. Yeah, let's go talk to Decius again, which I think is where this is going to lead us. Yeah.
Salve. Salve, stranger, and welcome. Terrible shame what happened to Yulia, but we just have to carry.
Oh, you brought up her.
I don't, I'm afraid, but I did overhear she was headed to the baths not long ago.
How are we going to talk to Fabia without her dying, though? Oh.
Certainly. All I ask is a reasonable price of 1,000.
Okay.
Oh, it's perfectly legal. Simply a question of supply and demand, I'm afraid.
I don't think... Take it.
Hear what? You sure you're feeling alright? If you're hearing...
Navia.
She claimed the statues were whispering to her. Nobody else could hear it. Then she shut herself in the palace and...
Did I haven't
never
met
heard from her
Navia.
again. Right, I digress.
Because she's missing.
Do you want this Silphium or not? Well, if you did that, you'd break the golden rule. Do you think I don't know a That's hardly my concern. But if you get a job, work...
5 years.
Very well. Perhaps I can interest you in...
That's fine.
Very
We've
well.
got like 600 already, I think. Right? Yeah, so we just gotta find some more. Or we could just take it, apparently. But stealing causes the golden rule to be broken, so we can't even just pick it up. But why would they tell us to steal it? Right? Why would the statues tell us to steal it if it's
Hey,
against the
Virgil,
golden rule?
How much would you want to make me a bow?
For the last time, Dacius, I'm not making you a bow.
But why?
You know why.
But how am I going to defend myself against someone else with a weapon?
There are no other weapons in the city. We all went along with the magistrate's weapons ban, so it wouldn't be an issue.
That's why I've got to get in first before someone else beats me to it.
I would try, but it's outlined in red, which I think means that that's definitely gonna break the golden rule. So it's weird that the statue told us to take it. I mean, we could try. Maybe she'll give us some denaries.
Feeling all right?
Oh, we didn't talk to her about this stuff
I'm
yet.
Lucretia, and I'm going to be straight with you. I'm not a physician.
Oh, she's not actually a physician.
I'm tired and out of my... My husband and I moved to Rome from Caesarea. He embraced the Roman way more. I would have divorced
Seems like
him
they were
and
all
demanded
outsiders
the
first,
return of
too.
my dowry.
Well, most
but
of them.
I knew he would sooner have me killed than give me my right. So I waited for the right time to take what was mine as he prepared to evacuate our villa. I could barely see for the
And they were all in Rome at the time?
And the streets were full
Like right
of
before they
people
came here, they were all in
trampling
Rome,
each
it seems like.
I ran for the next thing I remember, I was... It's alright. Say what you will about this place, at least, and while there's no shortage of snakes here, at least with the golden rule, they have to try to be discreet about it.
Oh, I do have my face over the quest marker too, don't I? It's like, there's no good place to put my webcam in this game. Hold on one second. Let's do like, I don't like it to be in the menu either though, but though, yeah, there's just like no good spot for my face here. Let's do like this maybe. Not a lot of good options. We'll try this. See how that goes. It just looks weird to me though. I've also got the 60 FPS thing from Steam. Sorry about that. Why are you working out of a shrine?
Oh, this shrine was kind of strange to set up a clinic in, but the god who inflicts the curse is also the only god who can undo it. So I suppose praying to Apollo for healing.
Sorry, one sec. There we go.
Well, she used to run the clinic. She was a midwife, not a physician, but she was the closest.
Yeah, it's still
thing we
in
had
the way
down
of
here.
the words, isn't it? Should have played with this more, I guess. Let's try it
Our
there.
discovery about the golden statues. This changes everything, she kept saying. But I had no idea what she was talking about. The last time I saw her, the last time any of us saw her,
I like the
was
UI, it
muttering
just
to
doesn't
the
give us a lot of
statues.
options for like a
Like she
webcam.
could talk
So.
to, and then she shut herself in the palace, barred the door from the inside. She's been gone so long now, we figure she's either dead or up to something so... But I really wish I could reach her, because that's the only hope I have of solving a troubling problem. A real... One
what
of my
problem?
patients is suffering from terrible rheumatism. I really shouldn't say. He wouldn't like it.
I don't think we've
And
met
he's
anyone with
a little bit
rheumatism.
Scary. He's become so irritable that the smallest things set him off, and I worry he'll end up losing his temper and lashing out. And you know what that means. I just know
I wonder who that
Olivia
is.
would know how to treat him, assuming she's still alive. But nobody seems to know how. Really?
I do want to get into the palace. There's no way Decius is gonna sell me the Sylphium, but I mean, if we had 1,000 denarii, I'm sure he would. Scintilla. Oh, I do want to talk to Aurelia. Ask Ulpius about Scintilla. Front door's locked, there must be another way in. Create a time paradox. Right, that's our main goal. The mainest of the main goals. To identify at least 3 common threads. Oh, okay. Some people mention a memory lapse, some people mention a river, some people mention a stranger. So people mentioned a coin. I need to listen to the stories of everyone who will tell me once I figured out what they have in common, I should return to Aquidia. Okay. So we've mostly heard about the Tiber, the trip down the Tiber from everybody, and the memory lapse. I guess we must have heard about these other things too. So maybe we could go talk to her now. If we have enough threads. But I know we haven't talked to everyone yet, I don't think. Everyone we have access to, anyway.
A new face, are they? And interesting. I'm not sure why you're telling me, but you've come to the right person. Yes, I understand. What else? That's true. I know I wasn't in. What else? Yeah, it's as I feared. Let me ask you this.
I did.
And did you happen?
It was Karen.
I see.
She was wearing a hoodie.
Because I've seen her before.
Ah.
I think you should see. I think you'd better follow
Karen's
me to
not
the
trustworthy?
baths.
Or she's a ghost. Oh yeah, we can tell her about the assassin.
What? How could you know that? And why are you talking to me instead of... Please, go and stop him and come...
Well, I don't know how to stop that guy yet. Can we still tell her about the coin? Oh yeah, she's in...
Let me know when you've cleared the way to the...
She's rather distraught. Okay. I wanted to talk to Aurelia. Because everybody says that she knows a way out. Sorry, there we go.
Whatever's in that great temple up there on the bluff, I bet it's worth a fortune.
Can he even see the temple from here? Not really. Kind of weird.
Help.
Oh right, this is
You have
the
to
Fabia
do
area
something.
again.
You have to.
Just talk to her about it now.
Are you serious? Are you going? Are you daft or just?
Good luck. Sorry. She's probably just gonna run in there no matter what. But I don't know how to deal with the invader.
The shrine is collapsing.
I got the Callous achievement. Allow Fabia to die in the collapsing temple. But I already did that once. I guess we could have said something else. I don't know. And then Georges comes by. Or is he not going to come by this time? Oh yeah, there he is. Does that mean we could steal from him while he's here? I just had that idea, which is kind of... Well, we can never steal from someone because it always breaks the golden rule, so even if they don't know. I guess it doesn't matter. Yeah. Unfortunately. It's not like he's hiding anything else back here, so... Oh, he just goes right back to work. Sweet. So we're not going to go in there, because we don't want to fight that guy. Until we have a way to stop him, anyway. Or persuade him. There's Sentius. I'm sort of getting my bearings around here, but it's still a little easy to get lost. And I know I haven't been everywhere yet. But... Everyone got cut off before they could finish their graffiti writing. We haven't gone down there yet either, really. Maybe a little bit. Let's go talk to Aurelia.
Cerberus lifts his triple head and lets out his threefold braying.
Oh, she's
Livia,
busy.
Would you stop muttering?
As soon as
like
she's
this
done
here
with
over a
Olivia, I
cauldron?
think
You'll
she'll
scare
talk to
away
us.
my customers.
They follow their trades. imitating their previous lives, but they are ignorant.
Rufius doesn't have a lot of money. I didn't realize he lived here too, though. Yeah, we saw it move there out of the corner. Stone carving. It's a dick. Phallic charm, thought by the Romans to have divine protective properties. I'm sure. This is your final warning. Oh, he's the one threatening Virgil. Well, we knew Rufius was kind of not a good guy. Guess we can go. Oh, we can persuade Rufius to stop threatening him. So I guess we don't have to ask Fabia about it ever. Or we could tell Sentius about Rufius. I don't think it was him, but it might be. Is there anything else here? Let's see if Aurelia will talk to us now.
Oh, you're here. I'm so glad. And I hope I'm not being too... There's a light in you.
You're as charming as you are beautiful.
Come in.
A little bit.
I take back what I said. Let's just
Oh,
forget
come
what
on.
ever happened, so we can at least do business. So,
Get
what
rejected by
brings you to my
Aurelia.
tavern? Certainly.
10 denarii.
Have you met Livia?
Well,
She
yeah,
used
she's
to
right
do
there.
my hair until one day she just... Now, she just stands around, caked in filth. I hear that if Malleolus is elected, he's gonna throw a small There used to be a midwife here, Naevia, but this place drove her Fortunately for us, she locked herself in the Scintilla, the magistrate's young... How can we trust him to govern a city?
Yeah, I know all this stuff already.
I heard Dacius has been offering a lot of money for a bow.
Yeah.
Whatever you... Ugh, let it go. You know, normally, I'd Straight to business, huh? As a matter of... I'm happy to tell you all about it, but... So, how badly do
She
you
wants
want
1,000 denarii too. Why haven't you used it?
Simple. It's a one-way trip, and I'm not ready to go just yet. I like my life here.
Maybe she's the sinner.
One day,
Yeah, isn't it kind of unethical?
I think of it this way. I have something of value, and I'm willing to share it.
Business
for a
is
price.
usually not very ethical.
That's not unethical.
How do I know this isn't a
If I
scam?
took your money without giving you what I promised, I'd be breaking the golden rule.
I don't know if
wouldn't
that's
I?
true.
And I have no interest in doing that.
I don't think that would be breaking the golden rule.
Well, I can't tell you too much, or you'd figure it out for yourself. But I
'Cause people
promise
can
you,
definitely lie.
You'll never have to spend another hour in this city. What's the matter? Well, perhaps you could take out a loan.
Malleolus can give you money.
I just try not to think about it.
To drink is human, so we drink.
All right.
Don't know if I've heard that before. Okay, let's
All
go
right, melodies fetch again. With
talk to Rufius, I think. The sinner. Persuade Rufius to stop threatening Virgil. That might get us somewhere. I don't know what else Virgil can do for us, but probably something. Is there anything back here? More denaries? Not really. Oh, we didn't read the scroll, did we? In which the author makes the case against the existence of the Golden Rule. By Duratus the Younger. For our continued prosperity and tranquil seclusion, he deserves our admiration, but here must depart from custom, for his attempt at imposing strict rule upon us is oppressive and overreaching, and deserving of our contempt. Who among us has not awoken at night in a cold sweat, fearing some sort of accidental transgression of the Golden Rule? All of us must accept that we are all capable of error, whether from a momentary lapse in judgment or a conscious decision based on faulty reasoning. Yet the great threat, the sword of Damocles that we live under, is, I believe, merely a deception, and I shall prove it to you. Let me begin by dismissing the counter-arguments. Statues in this place are evidence. It was I who collected them. He said that he collected the statues? Oh, okay. After years of living in fear, there's only one way for me to prove the golden rule is a falsehood, and that is through action. So he committed a... He tried to prove that the golden rule isn't real, and then he got his people turned into gold, I guess. So that's neat. We can see what happened to the people that were here before. I wonder if it's something about this place in particular. Like, that must be the case, because people get trapped here and presumably not somewhere else. But we ran through here before, but I didn't really stop to look around. I might have checked here before too, I don't remember. Yeah, okay. Yeah, I think we came down here before. There's more. Oh yeah, these three. Back into Aurelia's place. It's not too hard to remember where to go. The paths are like pretty intuitive, I think. You don't really run into dead ends, which is really nice. Something that I was kind of worried about when I started running through here.
Salve, Dooley. How are you doing today?
I'm sad.
Oh, poor Dooley.
I don't think so, my friend. It's election day today. Perhaps our new magistrate will be kinder than Sentius and let you out.
Maybe.
I hope so. Galerius, what happens when you die?
It's a nice little scene.
You're not going to die anytime soon, Dooley.
My mother told me, when you die, a ferryman helps you cross a river, and your spirit lives on in the underworld. Is that true?
Well, yes, but...
Is it true that if you were good, you get to go to Elysium, but if you were bad, you get punished forever and ever in Tartarus?
Something like that, but...
What if I die and go to Tartarus because they say I've been bad?
I'm not going to let that happen to you, Dooley. I promise.
Thank you, Galerius. Thank you.
Now, I have more work to do, but I'll visit you
Galerius
again
seems
soon.
to have the most lines
All right,
of anyone so
Galerius.
far, I think.
See you then.
Lots of interactions. He also walks around the most, probably. Can't go there. Oh, there's Rufius, though. Oh, maybe he caused the cave-in. So mean.
Name's Rufius.
I like that even though the cycle repeats and like these people haven't met us before, every time that happens, we don't have to go through the rigmarole of like meeting them every time, except for Galerius at the beginning. But otherwise they all kind of just go along with what we're talking to them about, because it would really be really tedious if we had to go through all the same dialogue options with everyone over every time. Are you the one threatening Virgil?
No idea what you're talking. Yes, so what? And why should I? The one true God.
He's a Christian?
Says
That doesn't make
for
any
a man
sense.
to lie with another man. Well, I don't know. There is only one true God. I am doing that. If I was a... I don't like where this is going.
Yeah, we could blackmail him.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
And you can't hit me, man. Did that not advance the quest?
I have nothing to say to you.
What? I guess we can't talk to him. Maybe we can tell Virgil. Wherever he was.
Wonder how much one of these statues is worth on the outside.
Probably a lot. They're all solid gold. Wasn't Virgil around here?
Salve.
Yeah.
Any news about my secret admirer? You went snooping in his place? Have you... Well, Malleolus is talking about loosening some of the... My vote isn't for sale. Some people say it's divine. The work of a god. I mean, once you've been here long enough, you'll notice people doing things that just seem so
lots of people
wrong to
breaking
you.
rules that are not part of
But
the
this
golden rule,
so-called
apparently.
God doesn't seem to care. And I'm pretty sure. Good. Then I hope you'll agree that there are only two ways of dealing with the first is to leave. The second... Good question. It's best if I say no more, but...
Yeah, we better not blaspheme in here.
You wouldn't believe how often the new ones ask that question. But there are much worse places to live out your days. But once you get used to the fear...
How long has
knowing
this
that
guy
a
been
single
here?
slip-up could cost you everything... Oh, I just mean I grew up in the Batavi tribe, far to the north in Novio. They weren't nearly as tolerant as... Well, I'm an architect.
Ah.
Or at least I was back in Rome. Help out with repairs and try to stop old buildings from collapsing on people.
Ah, so maybe
That
he
kind
could
of thing.
stop
But
Fabia
you
from dying.
probably don't want to hear about the ingenious...
That's a good clue.
Oh, I'm glad you asked. Some of these shrines were constructed hundreds of years
I really
ago,
want to know what this place is
which
called,
means
though.
Romans have been
Maybe it
arriving here
just doesn't have a
for
name.
at least that long. But there's one thing that puzzles me. The oldest
Yeah, we've
shrine
seen some
on this
Greek
avenue isn't Roman
lion
at all.
statues, too.
It's Greek. Or it could mean that there were Greeks living and worshipping here before the Romans arrived. Who really built this place?
Oh, so maybe
And
the
could it
Greeks
be
got
far
killed
older
here
if
before.
only there was a way we could talk to the...
So we gotta go further back in time.
Gladly. Personally, my favorite thing about this place, they're an ingenious feat of Roman engineering. It's funneled below the palace and into a cistern beneath the great, and the rest is funneled to the shrine of Proserpina, where it fills the lake, and allows us to... Hey, not so loud. I'm not saying it's impossible, but you'd have to... You mean the great temple, given the way it's positioned so prominently, looking down on us? It's unfortunately, someone else went out of their way to... You see, usually a temple is dedicated to a particular god. There's an obelisk out the front, which probably used to
I should
bear
go
the
up to
name
that
of...
temple,
And of
huh?
course we can't get inside because it's locked up tighter than the temple of Saturn in Rome. And that so we're all left wondering, which god is... Unless somebody figures out a way inside. Of course. Nice to talk.
I do want to figure out a way in there. So we can talk to
This area is
Navia,
private.
if she's still there. Can't go that way. So how do we get up to that temple? Find me. Maybe that's Navia whispering to us? I guess that would make sense. Yeah, we haven't been up here yet. Seek a bow. I'm locking myself in. Don't try to follow me. Nothing good will come of it. Navia. Okay.
Salve.
What is that sound? Is she like dying in there or something? Why did Virgil come up here? Found some arrows. But how do we get the bow from the assassin is the thing. I generally like all the hints that they're giving us. It doesn't feel like it's too much. Oh, that was me walking over the fire. I was like, who is it? Is she dying in there?
Any news about my secret? Have you...
Literally just talked to you about him.
I would talk to... Nice to talk.
I wonder why he came up here. It's weird. It's like he, like, followed me or something. More of the rushing wind sound. What's she pointing to? Just a way out? Or... Hey! Getting close to that 1,000. So now we have a choice too, like, are we gonna give our first 1,000 to the merchant guy or to Aurelia? I don't know. I'm leaning towards Aurelia right now, but I guess we'll see. Yeah, everyone seems to have their own schedule here. I don't know how much time we have to pass, again, until the election happens, or maybe we just have to tell Equitia to start the election. I guess we could try that. Oh, it's like a Sisyphus kind of guy. Nice. Roll in that boulder. There's probably not much else up here, but... Nope. Spoke too soon. Find a creative way into the up... Oh, this is the upper cistern. Okay. Still don't know how to climb the vines, either. The few vines that we've seen that are climbable. I do wish we had a map that we can make notes on or something, but... Maybe the game is keeping good enough track of everything that we don't need it. I don't know. Oh, this goes back that way. What's up with the one bird, huh? Oh, there's more than one. Okay. Here's the obelisk that they mentioned. There's a missing piece. Need to find it to decipher the meaning of the obelisk. Well, I don't see a slot where a missing piece would go, but these look like hieroglyphics. Interesting. Sorry, I've been yawning. I actually am enjoying this quite a bit. We don't know the rules. Good question. Read 10 different graffiti. Have been pretty studious about that. I don't think you can even... Can you even read the graffiti if you're not the archaeologist background? Maybe you can. Can't enter here either. So is that where Navia is, or is this where Navia is? I feel like this is probably where she is, but she left a note on that other place too? Like, is it also a mystery what temple... Or what god that temple is for? Lots of temples here. Absolutely. So we could take the zip line. Okay. Can't move. I'm gonna guess that's probably Navia talking to us, since it's always the same voice. More of these vines, huh? Oh shit, am I dead? Okay. Doesn't seem like we should be here, but maybe. Yeah, there's not much here. Let's try not to die. Yeah, I thought that might hurt us, but we haven't really gone down there yet. It's nice that we can see where the water's coming from and how they kind of built everything on top of it. Can we get down here safely? Maybe. I'm dead, yeah. I think we'll try to get down there next. See what happens. Man, where did we save? I don't even know. Guess I should have saved sooner. Or more recently. I hope it saved for us. Because losing progress in this game would be kind of frustrating. But I guess most of the progress that you're gaining is knowledge about where to go and who people are and what happens. But we do have to trigger a bunch of stuff. So it's not like it doesn't seem to be quite as devious a puzzle as Outer Wilds, but it does seem to be pretty interwoven, I guess. I think we're going to end here for now, since I've got some other stuff I want to do tonight. But oh, it brought us back here. So I guess it auto-saved here.
Are you?
Shoot.
Are you? Thank. I have to hide.
Don't. Oh, you can tell her not to go. Okay.
All right. Fine. Come and.
She goes to the bakery. Well, that's cool. Save Fabia's life. Why is that the trickster? There's like somebody else running there too.
Today
Octavia?
is a sad day.
Why is she running? I'm getting sidetracked again.
I hope you're coping.
I'm doing alright.
So soon? Well...
Weird. Anyway. I think we might have just lost some progress. What's our inventory? Yeah, we're down to 612. But we know where to go next, I think. We might just have to talk to Virgil again. Kind of work our way back up to that temple. So I'll try to be a little bit more diligent about quick saving next time, I guess. But I probably won't stream again until Saturday. I'm planning on doing this for a couple hours every Saturday and Sunday, so we can try to meet the affiliate requirements. We're gonna have to have more viewers, obviously, but hopefully I'll find a way to get more people to watch. And if I keep this schedule kind of regular, I'm hoping that people tune in. If you do tune in or watch this in the archives, or even just check out on Twitter or something, let me know what you think of the stream so far, and if you're interested in watching this game or want to see something else, and I'll try to be accommodating for sure. Oh, we haven't gone down here yet either. Wow. This seems like a good place to leave off then. So yeah, let's save. And hope you have a good night. Farewell.